Immaculate Constellation. That's the name of a brand new UAP program that was just revealed by a new whistleblower that has come forward, presented by journalist Michael Shellenberger in this bombshell article. This is big news, y'all, so let's dive in. All right, so basically the story is this. Journalist Michael Shellenberger dropped on his public platform a brand new article revealing the name of a secretive UAP/UFO program, again, entitled Immaculate Constellation. And apparently this program is just like a huge database of high quality UFO videos, imagery, radar data, all kinds of data, basically, right, that proves the existence of UAP, right? And they're saying in this article that basically Congress and the rest of the government knows nothing about it and has been lied to, and the American people have been lied to. And this whistleblower, this mysterious whistleblower who has come forward, right, is basically they had made a whistleblower report, right, to Congress, and that report got leaked, right? And then this journalist Michael Shellenberger talked to this whistleblower, right, and got more information. That's where the name of the program comes from. Again, they're naming the program here Immaculate Constellation, right? And there's more details about the program, what it does, everything. So I've got some clips to show you guys. We're going to jump into that, right? Now, let's hear from Michael Shellenberger himself talking with Ross Coulthart on News Nation about this program.
Yeah, this is an incredible story. So a new whistleblower has come forward with a written report that this person has shared with some members of Congress and with me. And the report is quite extraordinary. It says that there is an unacknowledged special access program called Immaculate Constellation, which is the parent program, is the language used for exactly what you said: UAP, crash retrieval, reverse engineering, and apparently a very large database of high quality photographs, videos, infrared videos, apparently much more sophisticated documentation of many more UAP encounters than have been released. And so the article is really about the allegation that this program exists and that it has been withheld from Congress illegally. I think it's important for viewers to understand that the first article of the United States Constitution requires congressional oversight of all of the activities of the executive branch of the United States government. So whether or not you think there are extraterrestrials or non-human intelligence or anything, even if you think that all of this is just some sort of advanced craft, the allegation here by a new whistleblower, verified by other sources in a position to know, is that the Defense Department has kept secret this information from Congress, which is a violation of the Constitution and illegal. So I think that what we're looking at here is really a story about the abuse of power, including in potential disinformation from the Pentagon, just as much as it is this other question of what exactly are people seeing in UAPs.
All right, so again, this is bombshell news, y'all. This program being named, right, this whistleblower coming forward, right, and all the information that comes with it. But let us not forget asking the question, who is this whistleblower? And has Michael Shellenberger spoken to him actually, right? What credentials? What is he verified? What is he vetted, right? So here's Michael Shellenberger talking about that.
Have you been able to speak to that whistleblower yourself?
Yes, I am in direct contact with the whistleblower. I have verified, I've interviewed the person several times. I have verified their credentials and who they are. either in government or as a government contractor. I'm not going to say which, just to keep the universe of potential positions large, as I'm also not revealing their gender or anything else about them to protect them. I think you know, and your viewers may know, witnesses and whistleblowers on this topic, like other topics, but on this topic, they're very scared and their fear is very palpable. I don't think that they're faking it or that they're lying about their fear. I'm also comfortable saying that this person discovered this material accidentally. This was not something that they had expected to encounter. They encountered a large body of information that they describe as a database of this information that's available to others in the intelligence community, in the defense community. So there are, we've heard about that these databases must exist, but the allegation here is that there is a significant body of evidence that has not been made available to Congress in violation of the Constitution, a significant body of evidence that was not included in that Arrow report to the public and to Congress. And so that's a serious allegation in and of itself. So I think before we get to what is the phenomenon, and that's a very important conversation, this is in some ways, this is a process story. It's an abuse of power story, and it's pointing to the inadequacy of whistleblower protections.
Now, there's also been this rumor about circular reporting, meaning just the same group of people telling the same stories, and it just keeps getting recycled, right, in this big circle. Well, Michael Shellenberger addresses that directly.
I think that there is the potential for a significant amount of circular reporting. As a journalist, you're always worried about that. This new whistleblower is not part of that circular reporting. I am confident of that. They also, this person did not know the other individuals who verified the name of this program. So I do believe this, and I have checked the credentials of this whistleblower. They are who they say they are. And so it is not part of that. It does not fit the theory of social contagion.
Now, clearly, Michael Shellenberger and many others in the UFO community are talking about this. One of them is Jeremy Corbell, who is a UFO researcher and documentary filmmaker and journalist covering this topic extensively, right? He went on News Nation with Chris Cuomo and also spoke about this program.
Shout out to journalist Michael Shellenberger, because his reporting is accurate, particularly in exposing the Immaculate Constellation. It's a UAP reconnaissance program. I can affirm this 100%. It is an unacknowledged, up until hours ago, it was and is an unacknowledged special access program, even higher than an special access program. Its purpose was to detect, quarantine, and transfer UAP, dealing with incursions, meaning air, land, sea, all domain, with what we call ubiquitous technological surveillance. It's a very impressive program. And up until this day, if I had said those words on the phone, if I had typed those words, if anybody had, there was mandatory surveillance for it. So I'm really happy and I'm really glad that that has come out to the public. And there's a lot more to learn about this program and others directly from people involved.
Now, there's even some question about, is UAP mean non-human, right? Well, it's unidentified anomalous phenomena. So Michael isn't saying definitively this is non-human, but he is saying this is anomalous because he gives two examples from the report of incidents with UFOs. And this first one about an F-22 Raptor, you won't believe.
Presume UAP is a reference to a non-human craft, correct?
Well, I don't know, honestly. And I laugh a little bit because you always have a lot of information when you're writing an article and you're trying to figure out what to keep in and keep out. And I did keep that information in there because that was the information that the whistleblower has in their report, alien reproduction vehicle. I don't think I'm not sure I'd used that term before. It's obviously going to raise a lot of eyebrows. And I should stress that I'm not saying I know that they exist or that I'm endorsing any other part of the things that have been said about that. But indeed, that is what this person has put in their report to members of Congress, notifying them about this database, which also, Ross, I wanted to mention, because earlier I mentioned that there's a significant amount of visual data. However, the whistleblower in their report says that they also includes human intelligence. And so you're also looking at reports. There's one spectacular incident described in the report. I mean, there's several in the report. One of them is of an F-22 being surrounded by UAPs shaped like orbs and effectively escorted. Escorted makes it sound like nice, but sort of forcibly moved out of its mission area by these UAPs. So a real direct engagement by UAPs.
Now, Ross did a separate little interview with one of the other News Nation anchors, kind of discussing his story with Michael Shellenberger, and he gave a few more details about this incident with the F-22 Raptor, as well as a few other details about this article, this whistleblower leak, right? Specifically that by naming the program, you're in the danger zone, right? You could activate a foreign intelligence surveillance against you as an American citizen by just naming this. That's kind of crazy, right? Because also there's no like Google search results for this, right? Everything's like current, but if you try to look from before, nothing exists. So no one ever Google searched those two words together. That seems highly unlikely and honestly impossible. Does that add validity to the name of this program? Potentially. Anyway, here's that clip.
And I think the key incident that's the most extraordinary is there are allegations made in the report that one of the top-line fighters in the US, the F-22 Raptor, was actually boxed in by as many as 3 to 6 orbs and forced out of an airspace area.
The other thing, Ross, that caught my eye because I was reading Shellenberger's piece was also that a former intelligence official, maybe it's also another one of the whistleblowers, I'm not sure, confirmed the existence of this program, but adding that it's run out of the Secretary of Defense office and also warning that whoever even talks about it is put on government radar and is put in the danger zone. That's ominous, Ross.
It is. It's very ominous. And look, I should note the Defense Department has issued a statement formally denying categorically that there is any special access program, unacknowledged, waived, or special access program that has the terms Immaculate Constellation. But frankly, there are multiple sources backing Shellenberger's story, and he's sticking to a story and saying he knows he's right.
I mean, this is getting crazy, y'all, right? If you ask me, that's why this is big news, and we will be picking this apart as the story unfolds. And there was one more thing that I wanted to share from Ross Coulthard and Michael Shellenberger. One more UFO story. Check it out.
One of the things you do mention, there's another incident that you talk about where an orange orb was watched by the crew of a Navy aircraft carrier. A sphere descended from high altitude to about 100 to 200 yards directly above the flight deck of this aircraft carrier. It emitted a soft orange-red light, which didn't illuminate the ocean or the flight deck, despite the appearance of intense luminosity. The surface of the UAP was observed to be dynamic, roiling like the surface of the sun. And it was this bit here in your article that intrigued me. It appears to be acknowledging biological effects on humans, the consciousness, psychical engagement by these objects with human observers. It said afterwards, observing personnel felt as if they snapped out of a trance and a sense of personal unease. That's a really interesting biological effect of this phenomena, isn't it?
Yeah, and very impressive that it's acknowledged by the military.
So basically, let's sum this up. I put it on a clipboard here, right? What did we learn essentially from this article? And there's probably more to come out. basically the Pentagon has denied the story. Susan Go, spokesperson, right? We have this new mysterious whistleblower who came forward, and his whistleblower report got leaked, which is where we're getting all of this information. And the name of this unacknowledged special access program was named, right? Immaculate Constellation, right? A database full of high resolution, high quality videos, photos, radar data, who knows what else, right? And just naming the program and talking about it, quote unquote, puts you in the danger zone, right? That's insane. And that this whistleblower found this by accident, right? They're not part of the same group of people who normally look into this, right? That's interesting. Right? And also that this program was allegedly and is allegedly run out of the Secretary of Defense's office, right? And of course, the two different types of incidents that they spoke about that I shared in today's video, right? And all the different types of UFO craft that have been seen since the 90s, right? And wasn't it weird how they spelled Tic Tac? Anyway, just thought that was interesting. But yeah, I don't know. What do y'all think? I'm sure we're going to be talking about this for a while, right? And what comes next? We hear this. What comes next? Well, Jeremy Corbell kind of gave a hint at the end of his interview with Chris Cuomo.
You tell me when it is time to tell the next chapter of this story, and you have the time and the opportunity as it serves. Thank you very much for teeing this up for us.
It will be very soon. November 13th is going to be very important.
So, sounds like the hearings coming up will be where maybe we can follow up on some of this. So look forward to that. Middle of November. Let's see what happens. November 13th, UFO hearing. Maybe we'll get some answers, y'all. Anyway, Immaculate Constellation. There you go. UAP program. We'll see you guys on tomorrow's video. Remember, every day's a gift, y'all. Peace!
I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep.